Fed up with Congress and the President, citizens bring their campaign against the pork barrel before the judiciary. Petitioners urge Supreme Court justices to strike down the congressional and presidential pork barrel. On day one of oral arguments, lawyers of the petitioners say the pork barrel system violates checks and balances and separation of powers. They say allowing lawmakers to identify projects and interfere with implementation after the passage of the budget bill is the so-called original sin as it undermines executive power. Justice Antonio Carpio says the Priority Development Assistance Fund, or PDAF, in the 2013 budget law is unconstitutional on its face. Carpio says the current PDAF system makes lawmakers' endorsement of projects mandatory, unlike the case in past Supreme Court rulings where it was merely recommendatory. He says this means these are not precedent decisions. This is contrary to the view of Solicitor General Francis Hardileza.
The position of the government is the rulings of the Supreme Court continue to be valid. And then we will try to convince the court that despite the COA report, in fact, we will say that there's still no violation. So all the previous rulings from Pilconsa, Sarmiento up to the ruling last year, the Blanc, our position is they're still valid.
The government is expected to argue that the problem is not legality but implementation, and therefore what's required is a political solution. But pork barrel critics disagree. Raymond Fortune, counsel of the petitioners, says the people can no longer rely on politicians.
The problem is pareho kasi silang merong hinahawakan na pondo. Kaya hindi natin sila mapapagkatiwalaan. Ever since the first time, doon pa lamang sa CDF, yung Countrywide Development Fund, hindi ba, binigyan na natin sila ng chance to correct themselves. Anong ginawa nila? Pinalitan nila yung CDF, ginawa nilang PDAF. And we gave them what? 13 years to change the PDAF system. Sila ang naglalagay ng mga policies dyan, yung mga safeguards na tinatawag. Ano nangyari dyan sa safeguards na yan? So, we just simply cannot allow these people to be able to continue making changes for us.
Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno says the petitioners must establish that there was a systems failure and a constitutional basis for the court to intervene. Sereno goes through the evolution of the pork barrel from involving a few steps and parties to a complicated system prone to abuse. Appearing as the resource person, Commission on Audit Chairperson Grace Tan says there wasn't just a systems failure, but a breakdown of controls. Amid the debate between a judicial or a political solution, Justice Marvic Leonin says the petitioners and the public must understand that the court cannot solve the problem alone, but it's the entire government with the people who will be saviors. Ayi Macraig, Rappler.